So Kevin Durant is, without a doubt, the top free agent in the current NBA free agency. Free agency does start on July 1st at midnight, and basically every team's still wanting to get with them. Now the only thing is, only 6 teams are going to get meetings with them. That's how it goes. He only wants to go to so many teams. But today's video is going to be why Kevin Durant going to the Warriors or the Spurs would actually hurt them more than help them. I mean, you're going to see some good points coming up, but you can agree with me, you can disagree with me. Just let me know what you think about what my reasons are after this down in the comment section down below. Reason number 1. If Kevin Durant was to sign with the Golden State Warriors, they would have to make so many moves on their roster just to clear up the cap space to sign him to a max contract. Everyone knows he's going to want a max contract. He's a top 3 player in the NBA. And I'm going to show you a picture on the screen right now of what the Warriors would have to do if they did want to sign Kevin Durant. So if you look up on the screen right now, these are the things the Warriors would have to do just to clear $26.5 million in cap space to sign Durant. They have to renounce the unrestricted free agents holds of Maurice Space, Leandro Barbosa, Ian Clark, James Michael McAdoo, Brandon Rush, and Anderson Varejao. They would also have to withdraw the qualifying offers and renounce the cap holds of Harrison Barnes and Festus Ezeli. Then they would also have to trade Bogut to a team that has cap space who could basically just take his contract and maybe give him a pick or something, or maybe even a player that has on a very cheap contract. This would only leave them with $26 million. If you think about it, the max contract in the NBA, you're not going to have much money left to deal with. You're not going to be able to sign anyone really unless it's for either the veterans minimum or the league minimum. I mean, you cannot build a secondary backcourt that you need for an NBA team. Obviously you're gonna have, if he goes to the Warriors, you're gonna have Curry, you're gonna have Thompson, you're gonna have Durant, and then you're gonna have Green. Other than that, you have absolutely no one. You have to sign all veterans that basically are making little to no money that really wouldn't contribute to the team. Obviously the big 4 on that team would. They would obviously be pretty much unstoppable, probably win more games than the Warriors did this year already. But you would have to get some backup, and you just wouldn't have that if this is what the Warriors had to do to get Durant. Now, if the Spurs were to do this, it would be a little bit different. Reason number 1 for the Spurs, Tim Duncan would probably have to retire. He was only making around $5 million because he did accept his player option, I believe, for next season. But he would probably have to retire to clear up that cap space. They would also probably have to trade a Danny Green, his $30 million contract, I believe, to a different team that can just absolutely eat the contract and can have him as maybe even a bench player, maybe even a starting. They would also probably have to let David West go, and same with Boris Diaw. They can't, I mean, these are role players on their team that actually have to step up sometimes when your Kawhi Leonard or your Tony Parker or your LaMarcus Aldridge cannot step up and fill the void that is needed for your team if you want to win a championship. Now we move on to reason number 2 of why he should not either sign with the Warriors or the Spurs. And that reason being, he's going to mess up the team chemistry totally. I mean, the Warriors were the best team in NBA history according to record-wise this year. And if you throw someone in there who wants to be the main star of a team, you're not going to get the same results as you did this year. Obviously, he's going to help your team win more games. But the point average for Curry, Thompson, and Green are all going to go through the floor. I mean, you're not going to have someone who wants to be he is a top 3 player in the league, just not score points just because you have 3 other players that are just not just as good. They're good enough to be all-stars. I mean, you can't just do that. You're going to mess up the team chemistry. You're probably, why would you screw with the chemistry of a team that literally beat the NBA record this year? You don't do that to a team. Now, this is basically the same thing if he were to sign with the Spurs. The Spurs won 67-15 this year. That is amazing. You won 67 games, and you're in a very tough Western Conference where you're basically playing a team every night. If you want to continue to win 67 games and have Kawhi Leonard be in MVP form, you can't sign someone else who's already won MVP who's just going to basically try to take over the team. If you want Kawhi Leonard to be your leading star, you need him to be the only person on the team that is going to score more than 25 points a night, even at some point. Obviously, you have Aldridge, who also wants to be a superstar on the team, which he is. But if you sign Durant, you're not going to get the same results as you did. I guarantee they don't go 67-15 if you sign Durant, because it doesn't make any sense. You're not going to get the same results out of the 2 players that you literally signed not even that long ago. You signed LaMarcus Aldridge last season to an absolutely huge contract, and you want him to produce. And honestly, if you sign Durant, he's only going to average Marcus Aldridge would only average probably under 12 points a game if you sign Durant. And I mean, you're going to have Kawhi Leonard out there who's going to start probably at power forward, and then you put Aldridge at center, and then you put Durant at small forward. But if you do that, Durant's going to want the ball. He's the top 3 player in the league, and you can't expect him to not want the ball. And my final reason why Kevin Durant should not either sign with the Warriors or the Spurs is that he would not be the only superstar. Obviously, on the Thunder, he has Russell Westbrook, who's probably the best point guard in the NBA, but besides Curry, obviously. But he wouldn't be the only person on the team who wants to be the number one option. Obviously, with the Warriors, it's pretty clear that Curry's the number one option, but you also have the second option, which is probably Klay Thompson. Then you have a third option already, which is already Draymond Green. Other than that, the rest of the team is built around them to give those three players the ball. And if you add a fourth one of that, it's just going to make things even more confusing. It's going to limit the points that all of them can score. It's going to limit the team chemistry that all of them already have. I mean, the Warriors run in transition so well. They would probably do it better than any other team I can think of. They also shoot the ball definitely better than any other team I can think of, with Klay Thompson and Curry, two of the probably the best shooters. I'm not going to say all time yet, but in the NBA right now, they're probably the two best shooters. And then for the Spurs, if you sign him, you have someone who is the reigning defensive player of the year, who is more of a defensive presence than an offensive presence, but Kevin Durant's going to want the ball. You have LaMarcus Aldridge, who's probably the best power forward in the NBA, who is also going to want the ball to score. He's not just like a player just to be there. He's not just a role player. He's not on a team just so you can give him the ball, to give you back the ball, to slam the ball. I mean, it's just, he's not a player. He's not like a Boris Diaw where you just have him there just to be like, okay, yeah, I have a backup for someone. Like, he wants the ball. He wants to be the best player on the team. He wants to be the best player in the world. And honestly, you're not going to help a team if they already have 2 or 3 All-Stars already. It's just, you can't fix something that already works 100% of the time. Like, it just, you don't do that. Like, you go to a team where they don't already have someone who is putting up 25 points a night. You go to a team where you can actually make an impact. You can be the number one scorer. You can be the number one option, and you can help that team win an NBA championship. But before I do this, I just wanted to show you guys something I actually read, or actually watched the YouTube video. It's on the Colin Cowherd show. I'm probably butchering that. I think the show's called The Herd. This is how Kevin Durant would absolutely screw over the Warriors. So I saw this on The Herd. Basically, all he would have to do is, before free agency even starts, he goes to his general manager and he says, no matter what, I'm re-signing with the Thunder. I'm going to do it no matter what you hear in the rumors, no matter what you hear in the press. And then he goes over to the Warriors and he tells them to clear the cap space for him, that he's going to be the next Golden State Warrior. He's going to help him win 5 goddamn rings. So they clear out the cap space. They let all those contracts go. They trade everyone on their team that's ever been a role player, and then he just doesn't go to them. Like, they clear all of it. They get rid of all those assets. They have room for 1 max contract, and that would just absolutely end the Warriors, because they're going to let go of Harrison Barnes. They're going to let go of Andrew Bogut. They have to literally let go of their whole roster, everyone who is possibly a filler player this year. So that is kind of it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video of 3 reasons why Kevin Durant should either sign with a different team besides the Warriors or the Spurs, or why he should just stay in OKC. Personally, I think that's what he's going to end up doing. I think he's just trying to see what's out there for him, test his options. But if you guys did enjoy this video, make sure you like down below. If you guys want to leave your reasons why you think he should either go to Golden State or go to San Antonio, let me know that down in the comments section below. Also, let me know, where you think he should go. I don't mind talking to you guys. I love discussing with you guys down in the comments section. But I hope you guys did enjoy this video. NBA free agency is currently 2 or 3 days away when you guys are probably watching this video. So I hope you guys did enjoy. And yeah, let's hope Kevin Durant does not go to either the Spurs or the Warriors.